Hello, you're playing The Waiting Game. This is the show where we recommend things to check out while waiting for the game you want to be released. What's this week's show on? Is this a joke? God, okay, this week's waiting game is on Battlefield 4. You know, the game where you are a man with a gun and you shoot your gun at the other men who also have guns. It's pretty ubiquitous.
To be honest, I'm not really sure how to go about recommending things for Battlefield 4, given that it's such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Unique FPS. I'm on bound to try though, so here goes. EA have been pretty tight-lipped about the story details on Battlefield 4 so far, but we do at least know the game centres around the assassination of the Chinese leader, the threat of World War III between the US, Russia and China, and there's also a bit with a submarine in it.
Sounds a bit like The Hunt for Red October to me.
The film, based on a Tom Clancy novel, stars Sean Connery as Captain Marco Ramius, the commander of the Red October. The Red October is a submarine with an experimental stealth propulsion system, rendering it pretty much invisible to sonar. Going rogue with the submarine, Ramius pretty much becomes the most potentially dangerous man on Earth, and it's down to CIA agent Jack Ryan to get to the bottom of things.
Once more, we play our dangerous game.
It's not exactly running around with a gun blowing holes in buildings, but the sustained threat of all-out war throughout is pretty similar to Battlefield 4, and you never know, you might learn a thing or two about submarines before you try and kill everyone on board one. The Hunt for Red October is also great because you hear Sean Connery trying to speak Russian at the start. Classic.
Hurrah. New. Hurrah.
Also heavy on the World War III stuff, though sadly devoid of hardcore submarine action, is Resurrection Day, a novel by Brendan Dubois. Now, while Battlefield 4 deals with the threat of World War III, Resurrection Day is set once it's already happened. In the book, the Cuban Missile Crisis escalated to the horrible shooty missile bit, and America has been reduced to a third world country dependent on Britain for aid.
I'd just like to pause at this point to say I didn't recommend this one out of any sort of anti-American sentiment. Let's just nip that in the bud right now.
Anyway, the book deals with the events that caused the breakout of nuclear warfare, digging up a lot of ulterior motives and bits of espionage along the way, which fits nicely with Battlefield 4's theme of a few individuals being able to influence the very course of history.
But Johnny, you may well be saying, doesn't that all sound a bit heavy? A little bit of a downer? Well, I see your point. Maybe we should go with something more light-hearted. Gerard Butler should be able to help with that one.
If you've never seen Gamer, frankly, I don't blame you. A definite member of the so bad it's good camp, Gamer is a ludicrous plot strung together by a dire script, but topped off with surprisingly high production values. However, it's all about competitive multiplayer. Gerard Butler plays a condemned man who agrees to have a kid on the internet control his body in a series of real-life death matches, hoping he may be able to win his freedom. To be honest, it only gets less sensible from there. It should be applauded though for containing a baffling scene where Gerard Butler wants to get some vodka he's hidden in his jacket and put it in a car using it as fuel. Obviously, in that situation he realises the most sensible thing to do is down the lot and then hawk it back up into the fuel tank. Why wouldn't he just keep the bottle hidden? It's madness. Give it a watch, maybe you can work it out.
Let's see, we've had submarines, we've done the whole World War III thing, we've covered competitive multiplayer. What else is in Battlefield 4? Oh yeah, guns!
Let's face it, you're going to be firing a lot of bullets in Battlefield 4, almost constantly in fact, an experience that's almost perfectly recreated in 2007 film Shoot 'em Up.
Guns don't kill people, but they sure help.
A shooty romp with an impressive body count of over 150, Shoot 'em Up pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin, and complements Battlefield 4 brilliantly because guns!
So we left recommending a game until last this week because frankly it's difficult to find the perfect pick for Battlefield 4, seeing how it is, as we said before, such a unique experience. One thing it's never short on though is a collapsing building or two, so we went with this.
Rampage! Presumably the game that inspired the Frostbite engine. Yeah, that sounds plausible. Look! Buildings! Smash that one, smashy, smashy, smashy. Okay, yep, so not the most sensible selection of things to do until Battlefield 4 comes out, but just be grateful we don't do music recommendations, because with all that nonsense, we'd be giving you a great big dose of dubstep. So that's your lot, and if you want to check out any of our recommendations, you can do so by following the link on screen now, because there's a list ready and waiting for you on Amazon.
That's all from me for this week, but as ever, feel free to make your own recommendations in a comment or by tweeting the hashtag GSWaitingGame. Bye for now.